going on, Jerome's? So we're still processing Netflix documentary Quarterback following Kirk Cousins and also Mariota and Mahomes. But frankly, I think it hopefully is going to start a trend of in-depth and behind-the-scenes access to some of these players. And where Kirk you up, I think Kirk easily benefited the most of the three subjects because I think that popular opinion was generally that he is just this goofy goober who underachiever, overpaid, and all that stuff. And maybe some people still think that, but frankly, I think that it really showed Kirk Cousins that he's a great family man. He's a great husband. He's a great father. He's a great everything. And overall, he's just a really good dude, and he's really easy to root for. And it did show that he does love his family time, and family does come first and foremost for him. And also something that came out in this is that he takes Tuesdays off, which some people have issue with, but we'll get into why that's not a big deal. And also, frankly, most NFL players take Tuesdays off. And again, we'll get into why. But this is from PFT. During the season, Kirk Cousins avoids any football work for 1 day a week. So now, again, Florio's a quasi-Vikings fan. He's kind of a Kirk Cousins hater. So obviously, this headline is designed to just get clicks and get people's vitriol going up, which doesn't take much on the internet, man. But this is what he wrote. One surprising revelation from Cousins relates to the 1 day per week that he refuses to work. Again, you could just say 1 day a week that he takes off from football-related activities, but refuses to work? Okay, cool. If we're on a Sunday to Sunday schedule, unlike most quarterbacks that choose to take Tuesday entirely off, Cousins explains. About 8 years ago, I made the decision that I'm going to truly rest for 24 hours a week during the season. I think at first it threw the coaches off a little bit. Wait a minute, our starting quarterback's not going to be in the building all day on Tuesday. We're not even going to see him. But it's just something that I felt was important. On Tuesday, I'll do anything that isn't football. And some people got up in arms about it, and Kirk goes gone with the wind, that old thing. But, I mean, frankly, Kirk Cousins deserves Tuesdays off based on some of those shots that he gets on Sundays, which we saw very up close and personal in the documentary. Also, Kirk's vinegar strokes. I don't know, man. But again, here's why it's not too big of a deal. And yeah, everyone talks about the quarterback being the first person in the building, last person out, and all that stuff. But Tuesday, you see, she was meant to be free. But so typical NFL week if you're playing Sunday to Sunday. So Sunday, you have your game. Monday, strength and conditioning, people usually have the players come in, get a lift in, get some stretching in, get some recovery, and all that stuff. Tuesdays are generally off for most of the team, or they come in, get some recovery, maybe they get another lift in. Maybe they start watching some film, sure. But also, you'll notice that when players are going around doing charitable events at hospitals or wherever, they're generally on Tuesday. Again, Tuesday is, on a Sunday to Sunday week, Tuesday is generally the day off during the week. And then Wednesday, you're back at it. You got the install of the new game plan on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday practice, generally a walkthrough. And then Saturday, if you're at home, you got the day off. Or if you're traveling for a road game, that's when you hit up the plane and whatnot. And then Sunday, you got your game. Now, for a quarterback, it is a little bit different because the quarterback can do some film work. They can do everything like that. But why can't Kirk do film work on Monday or, frankly, after the game on Sunday? And also, you're like, well, get into the game plan. Coaches so generally coaching staffs assemble the game plan on Tuesdays. That's why, famously, usually there's no sleep on Tuesday as teams, their coaching staffs are in there getting ready for the next week's opponents, and then they implement it on Wednesday. So the whole thing about, that's the whole thing too. Like, has Kirk ever been known to be unprepared in his career? No, absolutely not. So again, I don't fault him at all for taking some Tuesdays off because frankly, I think it helps probably with his physical recovery. It probably helps with his mental health, and it certainly helps with his family life. And at a certain point, like there are diminishing returns. So like if your quarterback puts in 80-hour weeks, which probably is about the norm. Again, first guy in, last guy out, grinding, watching tape, just trying to find that little sliver of stuff. What's the difference between an 80-hour week versus a 120-hour week? Like, how much can actually be gained, or at what point does it turn negative, where the player gets burnt out, their personal life suffers, so then their mental health suffers, and then blah, 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 blah. And again, not saying that Kirk Cousins is completely taking Tuesday off. I'm sure that he is getting active recovery or some just straight up recovery in the hyperbaric chamber. He's doing all that stuff to get him ready for Sunday. So it's not like he's just going to Valley Fair and chowing down on 17 different fried items, or going 140 into 55. He ain't doing that. He ain't doing that, man. So, again, when have you ever known Kirk Cousins to be unprepared? And I know people will say, well, he didn't audible in that play against the Eagles. Shut up. That's more of an installation of a new offense, working out the kinks and all that stuff. But, yeah, tell me that Kirk Cousins doesn't know this offense. Tell me that Kirk Cousins didn't know the previous offenses under the Kubiak or Stefanski or JDF or whatever. No, he's good to go. But maybe him and Julie can go to the mall on Tuesday and just get some better threads. How about some Gucci Mane? I don't know, man. But anyways, your thoughts are our thoughts. Kirk Cousins says that he takes Tuesdays off, and why it's not a big deal. It just really is not. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skull Production Value.